100 miles or more outside of Kansas City. Areas northern Missouri, severe thunderstorm warnings posted for Davies, Gentry, Harrison, and Worth counties. Now, these two lines are very important. You may not hear the sirens going off because we don't have the tornado warnings, but the National Weather Service is saying we want you to be on guard. In all honesty, if I was at home with my family right now, I'd be in my safe spot. If you have these thunderstorms overhead right now, that's what I would advise you to do as well. We have that potential of seeing tornadic weather. The threat is considerable for damage for areas extending through northern Missouri. So this is the northern branch of this thunderstorm complex north of St. Joe, north of Highway 36. Now let's travel down a little bit closer here to areas of the Northland from Cameron, Missouri, extending through Smithville, Missouri, right across the state line through areas on the Kansas side of the state line. Severe thunderstorm warnings here. And again, notice the last line of the messaging from the National Weather Service. This is not KCTV5. This is the National Weather Service saying this storm could be destructive. Property and life. Life more than property, but both of them. We are going to be certainly monitoring this, and we want you to be in your safe shelter. Severe thunderstorm warnings posted right now for Clay, Clinton, DeKalb, and Platte County until 6:15 this evening. Look at this number here for areas just north of our viewing, or north of the 435 loop, north side of the 435 loop. We're at almost 500,000 here. Where I would advise you to be in your safe place. If we have winds of 70 to 80 miles an hour, stay away from those exterior walls and windows. I would ask you to take the same precautions that you may do if the sirens were going off right now, because these storms mean business that are moving through our area right now. Let's pull to the south here just a little bit. So now this is new. When you see the flashing orange here, that means the National Weather Service out of Pleasant Hill just issuing this new severe thunderstorm warning for areas on the Missouri side of the state line. This is going to be for Jackson County, Missouri. So Bill's kind of populating all of the new warnings that are coming in. Let me show you this one here. Cass, Jackson, Johnson, extending through areas of Wyandotte County here on the Kansas side of the state line. Considerable damage potential with these thunderstorms that are moving through the city right now, moving through the heart of Kansas City right now. So we're at 1.3 million folks, where if you are watching us right now and you have plans to run errands, if you have plans to run off to the evening activities with the kids, if you're waiting for a spouse, waiting for your children to come home, I would be texting them and saying, hey, let's just stay put. In 1 hour, we will see much better conditions, at least with the thunderstorm complex moving out of the city. But for the time being, I would just stay put with the conditions that we have right now moving through our area. Bill,
I'm still concerned about the area down by Olathe, and not necessarily because of the circulation, but because of the hail that's being reported down there. 2-inch hail is still being reported in there. You can see that darker shading there on live power Doppler, indicative of some stronger returns from radar. Again, the radar shoots a beam into the thunderstorm and picks up what comes back to it. It's going to get a better return on some hail and more solid objects. And again, I think we saw maybe a little bit of a hail core down there in Olathe. Again, National Weather Service had some verifications of about 2-inch hail with that system, again, that's moving through areas of southern Johnson County and approaching areas of Olathe here, just to the near 135th Street, Santa Fe.
It's too dark out.
I-35. You can see trucking a little bit more through there. And again, aside from the hail, some very, very gusty winds, 70, 80 miles per hour. I think Aaron's going to populate a little bit more on that. We're going to do some additional looking there on that storm. But right now, let's go over to Brad Stevens. He's got an update on some of the power outage information here that we're getting from around the city.
Well, Bill, as you've been saying, anytime we have winds this high, a storm of this magnitude, we're going to have power outages. Right now, Evergy is saying we have 109,000 plus outages in the Kansas City metro area. So, I mean, this is a serious, serious storm, as we've been warning you about all day. At about 4 o'clock, we had 40,000 outages. Now we're up to almost 110,000 outages. Now, we are continuing to follow this storm from all different angles, not just here on KCTV5 over the air, but also we are streaming live on our Facebook page as well, as you can see here. So if you've got pictures to share, if you've got videos to share, make sure that you're doing so in a safe manner. I don't want you going out in your yard to show pictures of the storm coming at you right as it's coming towards you.
We're under an emergency alert.
And if there are any chances to show damage after the storm has passed, go ahead and share that with us. KCTV5.com, our Facebook page.
The National Weather Service in Pleasant Hill has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Wyandotte County in northeastern Kansas, eastern Johnson County, Kansas, northwestern Cass County, Jackson County until 6:45 p.m. At 5:59 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located near Olathe, moving east at 60 miles per hour. Expected hazards include 2-inch hail and 70 miles per hour wind gusts. Severe weather has been confirmed by trained spotters. The following impacts are expected. People and animals outdoors will be injured. Expect hail damage to roofs, siding, windows, and vehicles. Expect considerable tree damage. Wind damage is also likely to mobile homes, roofs, and outbuildings. Locations impacted include Kansas City, Overland Park, Olathe, Independence, Lee's Summit, Shawnee, Blue Springs, Lenexa, Leewood, Raytown, Grandview, Belton, Prairie Village, Raymore, Gardner, Grain Valley, Merriam, Mission, Pleasant Hill, and Spring Hill. This includes the following highways: Interstate 70 in Missouri between mile markers 1 and 29. Interstate 35 in Missouri between mile markers 0 and 4. Interstate 35 in Kansas between mile markers 211 and 235. Interstate 635 between mile marker 0 and 2. Interstate 470 between mile marker 0 and 16. Interstate 435 between mile marker 0 and 8, and between mile markers 57 and 83.
Storms that are now moving right across the heart of our viewing area. This is just impacting almost every single interstate that we have across the 435 loop right now. From areas, the 435 loop extending now right through the Grandview Triangle. This extends for areas of 49 into the city, up and down I-29, I-35, and then we are now beginning to dry out and have some calm